As they were for so many years, the doors down at this old church in Mount Vernon, Texas, are wide open again on Saturday night. In a room behind the altar, Mark Miller studies his notes as his wife Uda welcomes those who braved the rain to come inside and hear something that touches the heart and stirs the soul.
I try and think of what I'm doing as a gift to those people sitting out there. If you look around, our country's full of people kind of screaming and yelling at each other and really angry, and words get used to just bludgeon people a lot, unfortunately.
It is a place where people like to come.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our concert.
It is a sound somewhat unusual for these East Texas woods. Beethoven in C minor, coming from a transformed altar in a transformed church.
That first note that you play is always a very big thrill here because, quite frankly, it sounds just tremendous in this little hall. Joel Schoenhals is professor of piano at Eastern Michigan University, playing with me tonight. It's wonderful, it's timeless, it's profound, beautiful sound that we're talking about.
It's an international language without words.
Several years ago, Mark and Uda, herself an accomplished violist, returned to America from Germany with the nagging desire to take classical music out of the big cities and bring it to the small towns and rural settings.
Why should music only be there in great, big, busy, congested cities? Why shouldn't it be in a beautiful, small-town environment like Mount Vernon?
Oh, the plan sounded good, but folks in these parts weren't exactly familiar with the great masters of music.
They hear the words classical music, and they kind of run the other way. Because they think, oh, you gotta have a PhD to understand this, and you gotta dress up and all that. We just don't like that kind of attitude, and we don't blame people for being afraid of it, but we don't like the attitude that music has to be in some amazing temple where people get dressed in wealthy finery and where they have to understand everything they're hearing before they can enjoy it.
It's a mission to get these people to learn something about something that they were afraid of.
Just out of nowhere, this building came up for sale.
I wouldn't say it was an awful building, it was just in an awful shape.
It was a dump. It was gonna get torn down, and the way it looked, you know, people were right to think about tearing it down. And we came and we looked at it and we thought, my goodness, oh geez, no. I mean, we'd seen that movie, what was it called, The Money Pit. We looked at this thing and we saw a money pit big time. I mean, it was in just really, really bad shape. And we brought a friend of ours and his wife from the Dallas Symphony, and he said, maybe not a good use of time and funds.
When the Millers bought the old abandoned church building, people came out of the woodwork to help bring it back to life. It seems folks wanted to keep the sound they had come to love. And now, after an exhausting renovation, Mount Vernon music has become a permanent addition to the local culture.
Yeah, right there where you are actually. I think that doesn't help if you push the fingers through like this. It should probably stay round.
During the week, Mark and Uda work with students giving lessons, passing on this passion for ageless, soothing sounds.
Right there, yes.
My wife and I both teach private lessons.
A little more bow. Every time I teach a student, I would like to give them help making them a better player. Much better.
Great.
We are trying to convince people who think that classical music is something that you have to be scared of. We are trying to get these people in here and then tell them that it is not necessary to understand it, but to just experience it.
The ultimate dream is to reach as many people as possible with this wonderful music.
A full house and a standing ovation for a new sound in town at the altar of the masters in the building that was saved by classical music. Saturday night, it seems, will never again be the same.
I think the people that got together and erected this building back then, if they were around today to see this, I think they would be smiling.
Thanks for hopping in and traveling with us. Now click the subscribe button for more videos like the one you just saw.